we've been conditioned to think there's nothing we can do to control healthcare costs as people that are running companies, HR, finance. And this is an area that we have control over, right? What we don't have control over is what interest rates are going to be next quarter, right? Or we don't have control over the cost of housing. It used to be years ago, the cost of of a house would be maybe 2 to 3 times somebody's annual income. Now it's like seven, right? So when you start to think about all these other costs, college, all these other things, right? All these other things that have the costs have gone up and up and up, and you have very little control over those things. This is something, and particularly people on this call do have the ability to have some control over this. Yes, there's some additional responsibilities that you have, but anytime you're given additional responsibilities, my oldest is 16, so going back to an analogy using our kids, it's like, hey, look, you're 16, you've got your driver's license. With this additional responsibility comes opportunity, and that's the other side of that sword, is that yeah, you've got this additional responsibility, but if you're doing this correctly, the opportunity is that you can bring down costs while simultaneously doing something that's going to keep you out of compliance hot water. So ultimately, it's all in your perspective. To treat this as a win-win, it's going to be. You want to view this as a lose-lose. It's going to be. The point is that whatever your perspective is on CAA, and even if you had no perspective before coming onto this call, it's an additional responsibility, but it's also an opportunity for these employers to not only do what's right, but do what's best for their bottom line too. And it may seem too good to be true, but again, if you've just been led to believe you couldn't do anything about this for years and decades at this point, and you're learning that there is a new perspective and there is a different path than just giving your BOR to somebody else, you'll find that the opportunity far outweighs any additional amount of responsibility that's been laid at your feet, rightly or wrongly.